Hey, what's up, guys? I did not expect you to be all so interested in that video I posted yesterday about JD Vance and Nick Fuentes. So thank you. I can't promise this video is going to be anywhere near that exciting, but, bear with me here. So I'm going to talk about Oregon because I've been living in Bend for the past 6 months. Actually, no, it's been 4 months, I think. I've been doing the van life, so I've traveled to like 12 cities in the past, year. But bro, Oregon is nuts, okay? The government here, check this out. In every new building that's been built in Redmond and Bend, there's no urinals in government buildings. And there's tampon dispensers and pad dispensers in the men's room. So the government here basically wants to tell everyone that there's no penises. No one has a penis. They don't exist, and women can use the men's bathroom, and no one stands to pee. I think that's insane. I want to sue the government here. I think this is one of the most insane things ever. It's an insult to men, frankly. So that's weird. And I'm just going to keep rattling things off about, Central Oregon I find interesting. A lot of fat people, a lot of giant people with their guts just spilling over their jeans. I think that's where the term ragamuffin comes from, because they're dressed in rags because they're impoverished and they have fat spilling over like a muffin top. Is that where ragamuffin comes from? So it freaks me out because I think everyone could be on Ozempic. Like, Ozempic should be distributed here to everyone because there's so many fat people. It's an utter disgrace to my eyes. These fat bitches are sex offenders. I see a fat bitch and I'm sexually offended. It's disturbing, frankly. Someone should do something about it. Dude, they're just so fat. They're so fucking fat. I can't, it hurts me. Okay, I just freak out. I see a fat person and I'm like, I'll either start laughing hysterically because it's just, I can't control myself when I see a fat person, or I will turn into Hitler. There's no in between. Anyway, the other thing I've noticed out here is there's a lot of just random kind of drifter guys and gals that kind of just live off in the desert, sort of like homeless, but the government here doesn't really prosecute or go after people who just want to camp in the wilderness. So there's actually these huge swaths of RVs and some tents, but a lot of us RVs where people just kind of chill. I find it's interesting. I heard a guy the other night, because I do the van life, but I stay away from those people because I don't want to be fucking bothered by them. They're drug addicts. They're insane. They're noisy. I stay far away from any grouping of potential riffraff, okay? So there's some guy was walking down the highway, and I'm in this place where it's like really quiet. I don't get bothered by anybody. And there was like this horrible screaming. There's a horrible screaming. And I'm just trying to sleep. And I'm just like, what the fuck? So I jump out of bed. I grab my 9mm. I throw a clip in it. And I'm just like sitting there. I'm like, I don't know what's going to happen. But someone's screaming at a man is screaming at the top of their lungs. And I'm, Jesus, take the wheel. I've got my 9mm. I don't know what's going on. And then there's nothing. There's no sound. And I'm wondering to myself, well, what's going to happen? And then after a little bit, I hear this insane screaming. And it's 100 yards away, but it's so fucking loud. And then eventually I hear a woman's voice. And she's talking to him. And then the conversation starts to get clearer. He's like, you're breaking my heart. If you walk down that road, it's over between us. And then I hear her, the female voice, and then, no, don't do it, no, if you leave me, I'm going to kill myself. And I'm just like, oh my goodness. I say a couple prayers, because it horrifies me when people say such a thing. But, when I was young, I definitely fell into that trap of thinking that I needed a woman and trying to, I think it's a narcissistic thing if you try to say, I will kill myself if you leave me. And it's honestly the biggest simp move I could possibly think of, to threaten to take your own life because you can't have someone else in your life who doesn't even want to be with you. Like, it's insane. It's one of the most insane things. And I think if you are a vagrant who wanders the highway, you might need to reconsider your priorities. If pussy is what you're going to kill yourself over, I think you really need to take a good hard look in the mirror and evaluate your priorities. I think the only other thing I wanted to cover here is, white people are actually doing pretty good in Central Oregon. Like, they're having kids. Like, everywhere you look, there's beautiful young white women who are pregnant and their husbands are right there with them. You see it all the time. Most of them are Christian, and there's a lot of Christians here in Central Oregon, especially in Redmond. So, it's a white pill. I think white people are going to make it. At least here and in Idaho, they're doing pretty good, okay? So don't get too black-pilled out there. If you need a white pill, go somewhere like this. I'm out of time for this video, guys, but I hope you enjoyed it. And, oh, man, I forgot to plug my shit. I was going to do this at the beginning. But anyways, I have a new channel. It's about tech. It's much less rancid and toxic. It's really all about tech stuff, specifically how to code and how to vibe code, how to build enterprise software. And it's for guys who want to vibe code or eat regular code, whatever you want to do, to build their first startup product. And, the Sigma males out here grinding their first product who want to sell it for 6 figures or maybe even $1 million. I have a mentor who exited last year for $1 million, and he's actually helping me kind of behind the scenes to get going on this. So I'm very excited. If you subscribe to that channel, there's going to be a link in the description. And I'll be uploading a new tutorial tomorrow where I vibe code Minecraft. So if you want to see that, it's been quite a journey, and I hope to see you there.